Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Good Games and Good Drinks podcast. You have Bryce here, along with Marcus and along with Lawrence, aka M.111 and Your Shyness. To kick things off, what we do every episode is talking about what we're drinking every week. So, Marcus, what are you drinking for this week?
All right, so my drink this week is not for the faint of heart. Not for like alcoholic reasons, but for like other reasons. Okay. So last week I had the Chick-fil-A. I'm staying in the same vein this week as a restaurant. This is more local for us Chicago-ish people.
Okay.
Got the Portillo's, you know what I'm saying? But this is the vanilla milkshake. So if you're lactose intolerant, I can't do nothing for you. You know, it's rough out here. Just skip it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are lactose intolerant, maybe take what are those things that you can take before you eat lactose? The lactate. Not X-Lax. That's what you. That's
lactate. It's lactate.
That goes out the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take that.
Wait, what does he say? X-Lax?
He said X-Lax. Yes. I mean, it does the same thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say like people who are lactose intolerant. I mean, probably don't need the X-Lax because it's
yeah. So yeah, that's my my drink.
Okay. What about you, Lawrence?
Well, I'm actually gonna keep it nice this week, so I am drinking Mango Punch.
Mango Punch.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to love Citrus Punch, but I can't find that anymore. So I'm trying to find a new one.
All right.
This one's okay. It's not Citrus Punch, but it'll do.
It's not bad though.
I'm not a big mango fan.
No,
not a big mango fan.
That's probably the Florida, because mangoes are everywhere, and like that's like my favorite fruit. Like you just walk by someone's house and pick it off a tree, and they're like, "Hey, stay off my mango tree." It's like, shut up, you're not gonna eat it.
Illegal.
Now
isn't that stealing?
Are mangoes the one with the big like fat seed in the middle?
Yep.
Okay. I probably ate a mango like once in my life, like in real life.
That's
probably.
like a daily for me. Like that with some tagine, a little bit of lime juice.
All right. So for me, my drink is going to be controversial this week. I got the classic, and this is my Bears cup. If you like, this is completely coincidental, by the way.
Seriously, but we didn't plan this.
But Marcus has his Colts gear, and I got my Bears gear on with my Bears cup. It's completely coincidental. Lawrence, you got to break out. You know your what is that?
Is that Dobby?
Oh, okay, that works.
No, not really, but okay.
I wear graphic tees, man. I don't own anything sports memorabilia at all. It's just graphic tees and hoodies.
Yeah. But my controversial drink this week is water.
What? What's the
what?
I'm drinking good old fashioned tap water. No ice.
Oh, tap water.
Tap water. No, it's not Fiji.
Is it filtered at least?
No, it's like Lake Michigan. It's Lake Michigan water. And it's delicious. So I'm drinking that.
If you could drink that, you definitely don't have COVID.
Yeah, that immune system is crazy.
Hey, don't sleep on Lake Michigan water.
Lake Michigan, I don't know, but like I don't know if when you were growing up, the water out of the hose was like the best water in the world. I don't know if it's
delicious.
because it was like all the minerals and dirt that was in the hose, or
give it extra flavor.
Was it just me, or was the water from the faucet in the kitchen sink, did that make your throat itch?
You might want to get that checked out.
That might be lead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Where were you living when this was happening, or is that a forever thing?
Just forever. It's just the kitchen sink. So like I drink out of the water hose, and it's the coldest water ever.
Yeah.
But out of the kitchen sink, it's just like it's just little. I'm like, this is a kitchen sink. I can't drink that.
You might have to get that young Brita.
Yeah.
Brita filter. All right. So from a game perspective, Marcus, what are you playing? What do you suggest playing? What's your game for the week?
I could tell you what I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Which is Deathloop.
Okay.
Definitely deleted that off to make space.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you beat it?
Did I play it is a better question.
Yeah.
I still haven't. Remember the last time I said I was gonna, I was gonna try to power through it to see if I can get through it and blah.
Didn't happen.
Haven't played it again. No. So I actually plugged up my PlayStation 4 and played Final Fantasy 10 just because you was hating on it last week.
Y'all love y'all Final Fantasy. Man.
Don't say y'all. It ain't y'all. I'm the only one here that really loves it because you got a perpetrator on the other side.
I like RPGs, but Final Fantasy is not like the end all. Like,
yeah,
I love Final Fantasy, but like my tendrils go out.
Like, only reason why I did my PlayStation 4 because I didn't save the cloud over to the thing, and I didn't feel like doing all that to transfer it over to my PlayStation 5. So I deleted Deathloop specifically to download Final Fantasy. Then I thought about it. I was like, I'll just play Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 4. So Final Fantasy 4, started over just because I don't have nothing else to do.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Lawrence.
What about you, Lawrence?
I definitely got back on Octopath Traveler. So I didn't want to, and I was like, I have to beat that game. There's so many questions I have that are just unanswered.
Have you finished a storyline yet?
No. I'm doing them all evenly, which is probably terrible because it's like a soap opera now. So it's like, what's going on in Alpine? Let's go see what's happening. And
I know absolutely nothing about that game.
So
nothing at all.
So, long story short, it's an RPG game. You have 8 different characters that meet somehow. Crazy things happen, and now they're traveling together to do all their separate stories, but together. So, like, there's
if you say so, I'll take your word for it.
It's like
what system is it on?
Switch.
Oh,
Switch. It's also on. I think it's on other systems now, isn't it?
I
think it might be on Xbox now.
Is it?
Yeah, that doesn't help me either. Octopath Traveler.
Octopath.
Octopath.
Yeah.
Octopath.
It's on PC.
Right.
I'm pretty. Yeah. It's on Xbox, PC, and Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, it is a fun game. I played it. I own it, and I played it. I think I finished like 3 or 4 storylines. I think I didn't finish all of them because that would just make the game like
a lot
ridiculously long. It's already a long game.
Yeah, that game is nuts. I'm on chapter like 3 for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy though to like do all the storylines like evenly. I think that's good. Also on Stadia.
See,
how is it on?
I haven't bought into Stadia yet.
It has to be on PlayStation, right?
No, I mean, if it's on Switch, then that means I could probably get it on my trash PC because Switch doesn't have that many much graphical limits.
It is a nice looking game, but it's probably not. It's not that.
It's not Halo
taxing. Yeah, but it is a good looking game though. It does look nice.
Because Halo definitely said, "F my life." What are you playing, Bryce?
I am, other than Halo. The one game that I started playing a little bit of is Death's Door.
Oh, okay.
Death's Door.
I haven't played it.
I remember you talking about that, right?
Yeah, I haven't played it in a little bit, and it was one of my kind of like top games last year. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little small little game. If you like, I like a lot of like Zelda type games. And it reminds me somewhat kind of like Zelda. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm looking forward to playing a little bit more of it. I may fire it up a little bit more on Saturday. Get a little bit deeper in it. So yeah, it's a good game. Definitely recommend it to y'all too. So I think it's on multiple platforms as well. Go to my cheat sheet.
So you're free on Saturday? Is that what I heard?
Saturday, yeah.
Lawrence,
I'm going to be on a plane this Saturday.
On a plane? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe in the evening. I don't know.
Okay.
So
because we have to. We'll talk about that off.
Yeah. It's on PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and PC. It's all over the place.
It's friendly. Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
so that's my game. That's our games. Jumping into the first topic of the week. This one was interesting. This one came out earlier this week, and I just found it to be a little bit hilarious when I first saw it on Twitter. So basically, the developers of Dying Light 2 on Twitter posted on Twitter about 3 days ago now of this recording. And they said, no, this was about a week ago. They said to fully complete Dying Light 2, Stay Human, you will need at least 500 hours, almost as long as it would take to walk from Warsaw to Madrid. Hashtag Dying Light 2, hashtag Stay Human. That was the first tweet. 500 hours to complete this game. 2 hours later, they posted an update. 500 hours is related to maxing out the game, finishing all the quests, endings, and exploring every part of the world. But a regular player should finish the story and side quests and do quite a lot of exploring in less than 100 hours. So don't worry. So they went from 500 hours to 100 hours. 2 days later, they posted another tweet. And in that tweet, they went on to say, we wanted to clarify our recent communication about the amount of hours required to complete the game. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is designed for players with different gameplay styles and preferences to explore the world how they see fit. And then there's an image that shows that you can beat the main story in 20 hours. And if you do a little bit exploring and do all the side quests, they have it at 80 hours now. And then to be the full completionist, they have it at 500 hours. So they came out with like this bragging, like, oh, it's going to take all this time to beat the game. And then they cut it down a little bit. It's like, oh, well, maybe not that long, but maybe it's this long. And then now they cut it down even more. It's like, oh, wait, okay, 20 hours, that's going to be the normal length of the game. So what I want to kind of pose to this group for this week is, how long is too long for a game? Like the average length for a game, like an average game that's not like an RPG, is probably between like 10 and 15 hours maybe. What's too long for a game, and what's just too much? Let's go to Lawrence first.
So I'm spoiled from the games of old of like PlayStation, or like those games that took long amounts of times and you had to commit yourself to actually beating games. And I'd say like right around like it depends on the type of game too, because if you're talking about like a role-playing game, like 50 hours is a good like ballpark. But if you're talking about a shooter, people that play shooters don't really have that amount of time. So 50 hours on a shooter is a long time. So
is it really?
When was the last time like you had a 30-hour Call of Duty story?
See, it's different because the story, but when you get to the PvP part, that's a lot of hours in the game. Like, you don't consider that being hours played in the game, even if you're doing PvP?
Nope, because that's not part of the story. Like, there's a difference between the narrative that the people who make the games have to create, and just saying, all right, you are a player, you're a player, go do some stuff in our world.
Yeah, so we're talking just the storyline, not multiplayer. Yeah,
like Destiny is a short game, but after you get to, like, if you include all the stuff that happens after you get to a certain level, it's a pretty long game, and it's pretty good. But you can beat Destiny in like a couple hours. The actual like story part.
I disagree with that, because, like, when you say beat, okay, what's the definition of beating a game though?
So when someone creates a game, like, there's a story, and there's like credit rolls. That's games beat.
Okay, so I don't think there's not been a credit roll for Destiny yet.
Well, when you beat, so when you in Destiny,
like, I understand what you're saying, but
it's like level 20 is it? Like, once you hit that end storyline, like, you beat that final boss, quote unquote final boss.
But it's not, though, because you beat the final boss, but then you have to, like, there's in-game stuff after you beat the final boss.
Yeah, it's like game plus stuff.
And then, like, when you're going for a specific role on a weapon, or a specific role on an armor, does that not count towards that gameplay time?
Nope.
Even
that's part of the grind and, like, the side stuff that you're doing on the side. Like, the only part that I would consider. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, for Dying Light 2, they do include, like, all the side quests.
Yeah. In that 500,
the initial 500 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Checking every place on the map, every dialogue, finding every collectible.
But that's not getting, like, specific loadouts. Like, that's not saying I need this gun and this piece of this armor to make my character do this thing. That's part of a grind, not part of a quest.
The quest isn't the grind, or the grind isn't the quest?
So, like, if there's a quest and you say, all right, when I finish this quest, I'm going to have this piece of armor, then that's different than I have to keep doing this quest so I get this piece of armor the way I want it to be. It's like, oh, I didn't get what I wanted, so let's run that back. Let's do that again, because I need it to be the right fit. Right. So for example, in Kingdom Hearts, you beat a certain boss, you get a certain Keyblade. Like,
right.
That's different than if I beat this boss, I get a helmet, and I don't like the way this helmet is. Do it again. I need another helmet that's going to have different stats, and let's do that until I get the one I want.
So it's not a collectible. It's just like an additional piece to your armor.
Yeah, so like the grind is different than, like, trying to fix your loadout. It's like two different styles of gameplay. That's
like almost like Borderlands. If you, like, want to collect every gun, it's going to be impossible because the guns are made procedurally. there's like billions of guns in Borderlands, so it's going to be impossible to collect all the guns.
Right. So, but what you can do is you can say, all right, I want a gun that does this. Find a gun that does that, and then kind of build out, like, every other piece of you to be around that play style.
Yeah.
But Borderlands is another one of those, like, there's a level that you hit, and once you hit that level, like, you beat all the bosses, so now you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah. I mean, and you do roll credits. You can roll credits and then, like, go back to your ship and then continue playing the game if you want to after the credits roll.
Right, and there's stuff to do after that, and there's, like, more advanced things that you can do, but, like, there is a clear, you beat the game, now you have the trophies. Like once you reach past the point where you can platinum trophy a game, that game has been beaten.
I say that's. I think that. What analogy? I think that is fair. Like if you're able to platinum a game, or get all the achievements on Xbox, I feel like that is when that's the equivalent of like the $500 of Dying Light 2. It's like getting everything
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If y'all say so.
so Lawrence, you're saying that what 30-40 hours is?
Yeah. 30-40 is like the sweet spot. If you're talking like a good RPG, if I'm doing like completionist, like I expect 100 hours at least.
Okay. What about you, Marcus?
It's hard to say because I don't agree with that logic. It depends on the game. I mean, okay, so if it's
give some examples, like what,
like I don't want to go back to it, but Final Fantasy, for example,
yeah.
Like I know I have like way over maybe 100, 200. But with that one though, there is credit, so after the credits, I can see that in that example. But going back to Destiny, like for these games that don't have like if they're everlasting, continuing, every season there's a new DLC. So is that DLC included in that 500 hours that that 30 hours that your benchmark is? Because if like there's always something new.
In my opinion, DLC is not
separate.
Included. Yeah, like DLC is like an add-on. In my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Because like I'm looking at my stats right now. In Destiny 1, I had 1,348 hours in Destiny 1. Currently in Destiny 2, I have 2,012 hours and 38 minutes. Wow.
And is that on the? I mean, I feel like Destiny is kind of a wild card because it's like a
software.
hybrid.
It's a software as a service, so it's like that's one of those games that they never expect to end. They're going to keep at like like Grand Theft Auto. It's gonna be forever. They're just gonna keep adding like little pieces, and it's.
But with that, there was a credits though. Grand Theft Auto, there was credits.
Yeah,
it's like the main storyline.
So, it depends on the game. To me,
yeah.
Like the type of game.
Okay.
If it's a software as a service game, like it's hard to compare those because they're meant for you to play for like Overwatch. Overwatch is a software as a service game, like, and that game has no story. So, how many hours is too long for that game? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't have a story though, so it's like I don't know if it falls into this category because this is about like.
But there's
essentially like almost like single player games that have like that main story where you can roll credits. I don't know. I don't think anything is too long. If it's good, it keeps my attention interesting. It can be as long as it wants to be. Yeah. Okay.
That's my thought.
So, Childish Gambino said everything has to come to an end. So he stopped being an artist because it was time for the artist to stop. Like there has to come an end, and if there's no end, then it's kind of like life. Like life is special because you know that at some point there's an end, and if there's no end, then it's not as exciting to me anymore.
I didn't. Like what are we talking about?
Life, man. Games are life, man. Games are life.
No, I'm not saying like, okay, so when I say like I don't care how long it is, like I don't care if it's 30, 40, 500, 1,000, like
as
long as it keeps my attention, I don't care how long it is.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like I'm like, oh, if it's that long where it's like a bore or a chore to get through, then I don't want to play it anyway.
Yep. So I got
What's your thought?
I got a number that's like too short of a game, and then one that's like too long of a game.
Okay.
My too long of a game, and my most recent memory is Last of Us 2. That game, in my opinion, is entirely too long. And I say it's too long because
you thought it ended like 3-4 times, right?
No, well, but it's a very emotionally taxing game. It's heavy. Like the stuff that, I'm not sure if you guys played it or not yet, but like the stuff that happens in that game, like you need to see a therapist like for a week just to kind of like process everything that kind of went on in that game. So I feel like that game went on too long because it was just so emotionally taxing. It was like, man, this game is fun, but man, the storyline is like, what the heck, man? Especially the way it ended, like, oh man, what the heck?
That is one thing I have not gotten into that game yet, and I'm very upset at myself. I played the first one.
Okay.
And it ended the way it did, and I was like, oh, I need to see what happens next, and I don't know.
Man, I can talk about Last of Us 2 because I enjoyed that game. I did enjoy it,
but it was too long.
But it was too long
for you.
It was too long because it was emotionally taxing. In terms of like being too short of a game, it's kind of like goes into what Lawrence was saying about RPGs. The Outer Worlds was entirely too short of a game, especially for it to be an RPG. I beat that game in probably under 30 hours. And I maxed out my character and was able to beat it in around 30 hours. And I feel like for an RPG, that is entirely too short. Like I feel like 30 hours is probably good for like a single player, like action adventure game maybe. But like for RPG, I need more stuff. So
it's interesting that you say that because I just Googled how long Last of Us 2 was, and it says it takes at least 25 hours.
Wow.
So
for the main storyline, yeah.
For the main storyline, yeah.
So it drained you so much.
I was no, but like to what?
So that was too long. 24 hours or 25 hours is too long.
No, because
30 hours, the type of the game. I got
no. No, because like going back to Dying Light 2, how they have to like go back and kind of break it up. So like 20 hours, you can complete the main story. So like Dying Light 2 is 20 hours. Last of Us 2 is 25 hours. Like if you're just going through and playing the main game. And then Dying Light 2 breaks it out, says 80 hours if you want to do the main quest and all the side quests. And then $500 for like everything. So like what I was doing with Last of Us, I was collecting everything. I was maxing out my weapons and everything. So and I was going everywhere. So yeah, I spent a lot of time. With that game for sure.
It's hard not to explore those kinds of worlds when you know that it's all going to help you when you come up to that fight.
Is it hard for you, really, Lawrence? Is it hard for you for those type of games?
No, not at all. I look for all the. There's this game called Blue Dragon that was on the Xbox 360. I hated that game so much because they implemented a system where you can explore everything in every world that you're in, and if you can either find items or something called a nothing. If you find a nothing, there's like a counter, and if you get all the nothings in the game, you get a special weapon at the end of the game. But there's no way to know how many you have until you get to the end of the game. So if you don't get it, you just gotta start the game over and try to find them all over again.
No,
that's trash.
It is.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you, but the game, everything else about that game was great. Like the story was great, the characters are great. It was cheesy, it was goofy.
So you had to catch them all?
I almost did. Like I still to this day I beat that game like 4 times, and I was always like 2 off.
Wow. I feel like Lawrence, you just don't like exploring. I don't know.
That's what I was getting at. That's what
listen, you have to find like it's like 400 and something nothings, right?
Yeah.
So over the course of this 50-hour game, you're literally pressing the A button on like every bush, every tree, every rock.
That's like, I mean, for Breath of the Wild, there were those like pieces of poop you can collect throughout the game. So it's kind of like the same thing. Whereas like you gotta collect all these things. You don't necessarily know how many they are, and you don't know where they are.
Exactly.
It adds to the open world adventure.
And the hours it takes to complete.
Yeah. So I think maybe with that, we can kind of segue into a new gameplay video that was released recently for Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is Pokemon's upcoming open world adventure RPG game.
So let me say this game genre is the reason why I have a problem with open world games, right? Because when you have an open world, you want to explore all of the stuff, because there's that off chance like you go and explore something and then you find something special, and now you want to find that special thing forever.
What's wrong with that?
Because you have games like Dying Light that say you have 500 hours in order for you to traverse this entire world. I don't have 500 hours anymore. I have a job. I have a business. We have a podcast.
They're not like forcing you to do the 500 hours. It's just like, hey, you can beat the game in 20 hours.
Okay. So I'm going to put it. It's hard for you to not finish something that you want to do. Like if it's a good game, like you want to finish it and you want to find all those special things, and it's like I have to find all the collectibles, and there's something I might not have gotten over in that little area. So now
and that's bad.
And I don't. That's how the backlog gets so big, because you have to explore all these things, and now it's like, now I've spent like 7 years playing one game, and I bought all these other games.
Like if you're having fun though, like I mean,
okay,
you know,
okay, when Persona Ultimax Arena comes out, I'm gonna play that game a lot. I'm gonna get good at that game.
Yeah.
But if I play anything else, I'm not gonna be as good, because you gotta stay sharp.
Okay.
So like, I'm gonna have to play that game as long as I want to be good at that game.
Okay, I don't see the issue. Okay.
So then I'm not gonna play any of the other ones. So if let's say that game, like I'm buying 5 games this year.
I mean, we still got to talk about
I don't believe
like
that
5 is such an arbitrary number. Like
I don't believe that.
I'm trying to stay budgeted. I'm trying to be reserved. Be an adult, spend money on bills and invest. And
was this Pokemon game on your list? I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. Are
you? Is it gonna,
now?
Maybe.
Are you gonna buy it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. Like, that was the question I wanted to pose. Like, given, I mean, we all grew up with Pokemon, back from the black and white days. Like, are you all gonna buy this game, play this game? Are you even interested in the game? Like,
this game is literally what we imagined it was when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like we saw us throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon that weren't moving. There was just a still image.
Yeah.
And we had that image in our head of what they're doing in this game. Like, I wish they would have done my generation of Pokemon, but it's okay.
All right.
So being that I don't have a Switch, I'm definitely not gonna play it.
Yeah.
It looks it does look interesting though. I will give you that. It looks like a bootleg Breath of the Wild on the low, just from the way it looks.
Yeah.
Because I saw from the graphics.
Yeah, the graphics, and then I saw like a little glider thing, and then like
it's a clone. Yeah.
It looks cute. It's cute.
All right.
I mean,
if it had like Gen 1, Gen 2,
the original 151,
the OGs,
yeah.
But I don't. How many do y'all know? How many Pokemon is in this? Is it like 5,000?
I mean, by now it's probably like a million different Pokemon now.
I can't go
like different worlds.
If I see something, if I see something on the ground, I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Do I want that? Is that good or is it like another Weedle?
You gotta catch a bunch of Caterpies.
You gotta catch it to find out.
How many hours is this game? Is it have they came out how many hours this game takes?
Mm-mm. But like it's like catching magic card for the first time. You know, like you don't know it's a crappy fish.
Yeah, but it's not a crappy fish if you cultivate.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
You gotta you know.
And then I know for a fact like there has to be some Pokemon that they spoofed. It's like they're crappy.
Start off crappy, yeah.
And then they end crappy too. Like I know they did that. No. I know.
If you get like the third level, like they have like 4 levels now.
Who's a crappy Pokemon that was stay crappy?
Yeah,
like just crap.
There were a couple that like they just didn't get like Grimer didn't get any better when he evolved. It was
man, they got the toxic. Come on, poison people,
and then coughing and wheezing.
Yeah.
It was still trash. Yeah. Okay.
Poison people. Come on.
I mean, you can do that with the regular one too. And I follow you.
Yeah.
So basically, all of Team Rocket's stuff is what I'm hearing.
No, Polygon's that junk.
Poliwhirl. Okay. That was. I mean, I don't consider that Team Rocket-ish.
Did y'all? This is kind of a segue. Did y'all hear about those cops that got in trouble for playing Pokemon Go, and then instead of going to
they didn't go to a robbery. They caught a Snorlax.
Yeah, they saw a Snorlax and they went to go get the Snorlax instead of going to the crime.
I mean, priorities.
That's wild, man.
I'm not mad.
But I mean, it's Snorlax.
Did they catch it?
I don't know. But, I mean, Snorlax, I guess, is pretty rare. So I mean, if you do see it, it's like priorities. Like, man.
I'm messed up. Like one time, I used my Master Ball on Snorlax. You know that one that was just sitting in the middle of the thing that you can't
blocking.
Move?
Yeah,
that was just blocking. Yeah, that was a mistake. Definitely a mistake.
I use it on stupid Articuno. I use it on stupid Articuno.
Yeah,
I mean that's better than Snorlax.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then later on, Mewtwo was like a challenge.
Oh man, Mewtwo. Oh man.
That's what I'm saying.
And finally get Mew.
Yeah, so these new Pokemon, I don't know who they are, so I'm not playing this.
Yeah. See, like I'm tempted. I'm really, really tempted. I'm on the fence. I haven't played my Switch in a while. But I am tempted. I'm tempted.
I mean, I'm playing the Switch a lot more, especially since like
a lot more. That's all you play.
No, I also play my PlayStation 4 and 5 bootleg.
I would say a good 75% of your game time is with Switch. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's only because right now I don't have my TV. I don't have if I don't have a TV, why am I having a PlayStation 5? Like I'm on a 13-inch screen. What am I doing? That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I'm like, it's coming out because I'm moving in soon, so it's gonna be fine. But
yeah,
I should have it ready before the Switch 2 comes out because that's coming out this year. It has to come out this year.
All right. So we switching topics. Okay, let's go to this Switch 2 rumor.
Switch 2.
Yeah,
there's a Switch 2.
So it's not confirmed, but the Switch turns 5 this year. Everyone knows like right about now is when game systems like to revamp themselves. They just had the OLED come out.
That's what, like last month, right?
And the OLED can put out 4K. Well, the dock can put out 4K, but the system can't. So it's like they're ready for 4K, but they haven't put out a system that can do 4K yet. And it's now would be the perfect time. They're about to come out with a bunch of big games this year, supposedly. So it makes sense to come out with the Switch predecessor. Or an upgraded Switch. It doesn't have to be a Switch 2. It could be a Switch Pro, but they need to do something to get people to buy these new systems. Because if you have a Switch, you don't have a reason to buy a Switch anymore. And Switch has been selling in the millions, but of course it's going to start to slow down because people who want them already have them now.
Already have it, yeah.
Saturate the market.
So they need to do something.
Will that do it though?
The OLED wasn't it. The Switch 2 would make people.
That would make you get a new one.
That would make me get a new one.
Get it.
Well, like what would the Switch 2 be?
It would be
like
a similar system that has a bigger screen, or a screen similar to the OLED. It would have to have much better graphics. Has to have at least 4K output. Maybe a little bit sturdier, possibly.
So you thinking it'll be like on par with PS5 and Series X, or
no.
So
we don't like. It's like what would be like the generational shift?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be up to the graphical output of the big guys yet, but they need to do something that makes their games not look so cartoony.
Right.
Because they're going to a specific market, and even though we love their games, like there's no reason to upgrade my system or buy another system, because what am I collecting Switches? Like,
yeah,
that's not something that people do. So
I don't know. I'm willing to wager that you won't see a Switch 2 for another 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We may see like another kind of incremental like upgrade, like an OLED.
Yeah, but a whole brand new.
But I feel like another like system isn't going to come out for another 5 years. It's going to be a long time.
Grand Theft Auto 6 drops.
Exactly.
That's when it's going to come out.
About the same time.
It's going to be a launch title.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, I've been watching my brother play that game, and I'm like, oh, this game actually looks like fun.
Telling you. Yeah.
But
wait, you never played it?
No,
it's still the unopened one.
It's still unopened.
Wait, Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused.
5. Grand Theft Auto 5.
You never? Oh man. Okay.
What just happened? I'm so confused.
Nothing. No, I'm just processing. I'm processing.
Yeah. I never played 5. I bought it because it was on sale, and got like Shark Pass or something.
It's fun. It is fun.
It's a solid game. It's a solid game.
Like even the story, not even the online extra start. The story.
He was online playing with one of his friends, and his friends went inside of some building to like start some mission, and like cops started spawning outside the building because of what he was doing inside.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother's like, oh, and he just starts like firing off at these cops, like starting all this chaos outside, and then some other players came in and
threw
some carpet
madness.
bombs, and I was like, what is going on in this game?
Straight up shenanigans. That's all it is. It's coming in March to the PlayStation 5, so you can download it for free. It's free. You download the online GTA Online for free for PlayStation 5, just for the tomfoolery and shenanigans. Lawrence. So it's gonna.
Yeah. So Lawrence, like your 5 games, is that 5 purchased games or just 5 new
purchased games? 5 purchased games.
So you can get the GTA 5 on PS5.
Well, yeah, but the problem with that is you're gonna have to remind me, because March I'm gonna be busy playing Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. Like, I'm not gonna think about anything else until after I beat that game.
That's true.
All right. Yeah.
Speaking of Horizon, I did reserve it.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I got the edition.
The regular people. The regular people version.
I got the edition that includes PS5.
Oh.
So okay. I've invested for the future.
That's crazy that y'all two have and I haven't. Yeah.
Hey man, Horizon is a fun game. I had a lot of fun with Horizon. Like the storyline to this day is the best storyline.
I'm not a big reserve game guy. Especially with
you don't really need it. You really don't need to. You really don't.
Unless you're like me, I get special editions. So If
I can get physical copies of stuff.
Yeah, it comes with like a statue or something.
Yeah, so I can understand that. With me, I'm just pressing a button to download. I don't really care about pre-order or reserving. Yeah. Like that's the Destiny that comes out in a couple weeks or in a month.
Like the Witch
Queen,
whatever.
Haven't preloaded that. Yeah. Don't care. I'll get it when I get it.
Yeah. I just like physical games and all the little things trinkets that come with them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to talking about systems. So this one is kind of an interesting strategy of these two companies. So it was reported this week that Microsoft discontinued the Xbox One line at the end of 2020. So their focus is all on Xbox Series S and X for the foreseeable future. They're putting all their eggs in the next gen basket from a console perspective, production wise. And it's interesting, like if you do on the flip side, that Sony is reported to start producing more PS4s in response to the shortage of PS5s. So these are like two totally different business strategies. Like one is focusing in on production of their new systems, and the other one, instead of making more PS5s, they're making more PS4s. So
you said it doesn't make any sense.
If they make the PlayStation 4 like a third of the price, because what sense would it make for me to go and get a PlayStation 4 for $200 or $300? I've seen a PlayStation 4 Pro going for like $380.
Because you can't get a PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
but you want to play the games.
Yeah, you want to play Horizon, but you can't find a PS5.
You can't find PS5
and still play Horizon.
Okay, I understand, but I guess I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses because I have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just make the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I think isn't there like a chip shortage? That's the whole issue why they can't produce them as fast as they want to produce them.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean mass produce an old chip.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, they're different systems, but I feel like they have the same components, the Xbox Series X and a PS5. So it just makes me wonder, like, how is Microsoft able to build more extra? Like, I mean, you would think a chip shortage impacts, like, it impacts GM, it impacts Ford, it impacts like all these different like companies. Like, how is Microsoft able to get around?
Is there
the shortage?
a number of how many Xboxes have sold as opposed to PlayStations? Because maybe they had or have the same amount of chips. It's just PlayStation sold that much more that they don't have as many available. I don't know.
Or did Xbox confirm that they don't have a shortage anymore? Because they never said that they don't have a shortage.
Maybe because isn't the lower one? It's not the same, right? The S is that what it is?
The S, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same chip as the X, right? Because it has lower graphical.
Yeah, but I mean, they're producing both, though.
Right, but I'm saying, so they only have like half the amount of chips, because the PlayStation 5, both the digital and disc, is still the same chip that they're using, as opposed to like half of the chips for the Xbox is going to the higher end model, and the other half that's higher end that they don't need is going towards the other one. So they don't need as many chips as the PlayStation one.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do, but I don't know.
It don't make sense to me either. I'm just.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
The whole thing is suspect.
Yeah, that there might. I mean, there very well may be more PS4 sold than Xboxes in the next earnings report. Only time will tell.
I mean, I guess the only benefit that they have going right now is people that are making games are still making things PlayStation 4 compatible.
Right.
Yeah.
So once they make that drawing line and say, all right, we're not making games for that anymore, then there'd be a problem. But
yeah, and it's funny because I think when the PS5 was first announced, there was like a quote of like some of the Sony execs saying that they believe in generations and they're just going to focus in on the PS5 and not and stop making games for the PS4 because they want that clean transition. And it's funny how Sony is kind of like bleeding the two generations, and then now Microsoft is like, oh what? Yeah, let's stop making Xbox One. Let's focus in on Xbox Series X and S.
What's crazy to me is the people that are still buying from these scalpers, which are still causing this issue that we're all having.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like just don't buy from the scalpers. Like those crazy scalper prices, like $1,300, and people are like, "Yeah, I bought that." I'm like, "Why would you do that?"
Desperate.
Like, what desperation is there that you need to spend? What's that? Like 4 times market value?
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Mm-hmm. It's not so much. It's not so much now. Like before Christmas, it was crazy, but right now you can get it like $500-$600. I think what the resale is. So it's not too crazy. I mean, but it's still like you said.
Do you have a Series X?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So you have a Series X. I have a PlayStation 5. He has a PlayStation 5. So like, we all have those rare consoles, and we didn't spend $1,300 on them. So it's like, just be patient.
I mean, I have a plug, so that's why I was able to get mine.
Got the hookup.
Yeah. So yeah, shouts out, Dre.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so we got about 10 minutes. So Lawrence, Lawrence, real quick, do you want to talk about the Hideo Kojima popping up on Twitter real quick?
So Hideo Kojima made, if you don't know who he is, he made Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill. So he teased
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Yes, amazing games. Some of his games don't make sense, but they're wacky. I love them. He went on Twitter and posted a picture of just like a pink like folder. It's supposed to be a teaser for some game coming up. There's some people hoping that it's Silent Hill 3 finally coming out. I don't know if you heard about, like, Silent Hill 3 is a game that was available for download on PlayStation 4 for a little bit, and every PlayStation that has that game downloaded on their system, they're worth like thousands because they removed that game from the store and they canceled it.
Is that the PT?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's like a little demo, and people are, everything that guy does is just gold for some reason. So yeah. I'm interested to see what he has coming up this year, and I'm hoping he's just having a game that he's working on, because I'm only buying 5 games. Yeah. That's not on the list.
Yeah, I mean, there were rumors. I'm not sure if it's connected to this, but there were rumors that Microsoft was going to have him build a exclusive game for Xbox.
Oh no!
There was that rumor that was kind of like floating out there.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a new Metal Gear.
Yeah,
that's
time.
That's my hope.
It's time.
Well, Konami's not gonna let that happen because they kicked Kojima off. That's why the last Metal Gear was so bad. Like they made a game without the creator and tried to like cash in on it. It was a stupid zombie survival game.
Oh, I didn't play that one. I was like, the last Metal Gear was bad. But, okay, yeah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, like you had to pay for like save files, individuals. Like you get one save file, and if you need like another one, you got to pay for it.
Okay,
like they bastardized the Metal Gear Solid name.
You gotta take that. You gotta take that disc and throw it away. Never pay for a save. Kidding me?
So yeah. Konami and me have beef because of that.
Keep our eyes out for that.
Oh wow! I see Metal Gear Survive. That's no.
Yeah, it was
Metal Gear Solid 5 is the last Metal Gear game as far as I'm concerned.
That works. All right, so for these last 5 minutes, let's go to our question of the week. I haven't played too many scary games. I'm not sure if y'all have played too many scary games, but this is a scary game question. Have you ever had to stop playing a game because it was too scary? Let's go to Marcus first here. Have you ever had to stop playing the game because it was too scary?
All right. So the year is 1994. I'm at my cousin's house. He's like, hey, let's play a video game. I said, okay, I like video games. Puts in a video game. I'm sorry, I got like flashbacks and okay, so this game is called Shaq Fu. This game is the most terrible skip. Okay, never mind. So Shaq Fu,
yeah,
that's my scary game. That's not scary, but it's scary. So my other scary game,
yeah,
like really scary. It wasn't really scary, but I don't play too many scary games. But Until Dawn,
okay,
for the PlayStation, I think 4, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty like jump scary game.
Did you play the VR version?
No VR. No. Is it VR? No.
Yeah.
Did you play the VR version?
No.
Okay, but yeah, Until Dawn, that was a very good scary game.
Mm-hmm.
I like, trying to find different ways to not get people killed, but I ended up killing majority of the people anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Lawrence?
All right. So, actually, the game that I played, I wasn't playing. I was just a participant while someone else was playing. So they bought this game, and it was like they picked the creepiest night in the world to play. Turned off all the lights. We had surround sound. So like
survived.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and then we played Fear. So
Fear.
Okay.
Yes. If you don't know Fear is a first-person shooter game where you kind of learn about you getting telekinetic powers or whatever. It's creepy. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's jump scares. It gives you everything that you're looking for. Like this man unloaded an entire clip, so we had to like restart the level because something jump scared. He just
ran out of ammo.
So then he wasn't prepared for the next fight. So it was like, all right, restart. Like that game, the ambiance, like the music in that game, like it pulled you in. It gave you all those scary movie elements that you're looking for. Mm-hmm. And then when you think you're gonna get the jump scare, like they fake you out, and then they still hit you with it. But it's like that little, oh, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah,
psych.
The double scare. Yeah,
yeah. That games like that are amazing. Like they don't try to be scary. They don't try to do anything, but just give you a little bit of spooky and let your mind go free.
All right, I like that. I have one game that I did play, and then one game that I want to play. That I think is going to be scary. The one game that I did play, that just when I read this question, it just popped into my head was Last of Us 2. I know I already talked about it a little bit earlier, but there's a couple of specific moments in that game where you're in an abandoned building.
Dark or underwater?
Yeah, but this is when you're dark. Yeah, and this is like I always play Last of Us 2 with my lights off. Curtains closed.
Gotta have the vibes.
Have my headphones on.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the ambiance, the music was like, and the sound effects was like hitting my like left and right ears.
Mm-hmm.
It was an area where there's a bunch of stalkers. And if you don't know about the stalkers, these things, you don't hear them and you don't see them until they attack you. So I'm in this abandoned building. There's no lights, just my flashlight. And I know, like, when I shine my flashlight, I see them, and then they run off. I was so freaking scared in this moment, and I know I had to get through this like one path. I was like, you know what, y'all are not going to scare me today. So I legit, I got my shotgun. I was like, you know what? You're not hunting me. I'm hunting you. So I was like, I got that scared. I started just running around, like searching for them so they don't sneak up on me. And it actually worked. It worked. Because that was like freaking me out, man, because you don't see them or hear them until they attack you. Like, talk about jump scares.
Strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy.
So that worked. Super scary. And then the one game that I want to play that is on my backlog, that I think is going to be scary, it's going to have little jump scares, is Alien Isolation.
Ooh, no.
One, I like stealth games, and then two, I don't really like scary games, but it kind of blends horror and stealth, so that's on my list to play is Alien Isolation.
Are they remaking Alien Isolation like they did before, where like it can hear the sounds from your controller?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So there was an iteration where if you made sound in real life, the alien in the game could hear you and pinpoint where you are in the game world. So it's like you had to be quiet in real life.
That sounds fun.
So like someone calls you while you're playing the game and it's real life, like
it just screws up your whole game.
Yeah. Like, and there's like a sound meter and you can like peek out and see where it is, and if he hears you, then he knows where you are. So
yep, you gotta scurry away and try to like find another hiding place.
I miss those things about games. Like there was also a game that made you go outside to like charge your power. It was a DS game.
I said, what do you be?
It was, and it came with like this little attachment. You put it on there, and it collected sunlight. So you had to go outside for like an extended period of time to charge your powers in the game.
And you bought this game, or did you get
I
it
didn't
with
buy
knowledge?
it. I didn't buy it.
You got it with knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta give it with knowledge. Give that knowledge, man.
Classic. Oh, Lord. All right. So I think that does it. That rounds out the episode 7. I don't know, Marcus. You got anything to pub for this week?
Nope. M.111 PlayStation. I'm out here. You know the deal.
All right, Lawrence.
I'm about to start playing a lot more games, so be looking for that. Gonna start doing some Twitch, because why not?
Oh, nice.
Oh, word? Okay. All right.
Because I play some weird games, I find out. To you guys.
Yeah.
So
very interesting games. Very interesting.
I'm like, if I start streaming them, maybe I could be a thing. Who knows?
Yeah, I thought about doing Twitch too. Just to see if I can like grow a following, but I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't know.
All the Twitch streamers I know are girls. So
yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's just who you follow.
No, I don't follow them. Like I know them in real life.
Oh, so you? Okay, never mind. No comment.
Okay. Let's save that for a topic for next week. Yeah, that's next week's topic. And then you got myself, Bryce, ECYRB. Wait, that's not right. This is ECYRB. This is Ekir, on your favorite console and on Twitter. I think I got that right. Yeah. So for Marcus, for Lawrence, for Bryce, this has been episode 7. See y'all later.
Peace.